Let's do it. And so we begin.
There we go. All right. Good evening. This is the September 23rd, 2025, 6 p.m. meeting of the Leominster Conservation Commission. The public is encouraged to follow along with the meeting using the posted agenda. I'd like to ask anyone attending the meeting to please silence your devices. My name is Jesse Averka. I'm the conservation agent for the city of Leominster. Before we begin, please allow me to confirm which members are present. Mike Siki. Here. Nick Venti.
Right here.
Chuck Raymond.
Here.
Rich Golick.
Here.
Steph Quinlan.
Here.
And Jordan Vashon.
Here.
Perfect.
We good?
We're good.
All right. Before we start our agenda, folks, just to let you know, the applicant for the Orchard Hill, in case you're here for the Orchard Hill project, anybody? The applicant has requested another continuance. They're working their way through DEP comments. So we, in light of that, I will not be opening up for public comment tonight. We're just going to continue it until, I assume, the first meeting in October. At which time you're all more than welcome to come back and voice your opinions, ask questions, give us your comments, all of that stuff. But I will not be opening it up for public comment tonight. So in case you're here for that, we won't be doing anything for it. So if you'd like, you can feel free to go home and have dinner and hang out with your loved ones, or go to a bar.
We'll go to Brady.
In the meantime, too, if anyone has questions in general about the project, here's, I'll put it up on the screen for a second. You can go here to our webpage. That's my email, that's my phone number. I can answer, whatever I can. Obviously, some questions are better suited to the applicant. And also leading up to this, so it'll be October 14th right now. And believe me, we're very hopeful that we can reopen it then. I think we're all looking forward to, getting answers on all of this stuff. But if you want to check in with me before that meeting, I can let you know leading up to it whether the applicant will be there or not, and, if we'll be opening it for public comment.
Jesse, would it be possible, like in case next time, the day before they ask for a continuance, is it something? Can you put that on Facebook by any chance?
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
That might be helpful.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
So I assume the rest of you are here for something else, which is perfectly fine, but it's kind of unusual. We usually have two people here.
Public comments, right?
I just highlighted what was important in that.
Oh, no, I said we are not opening up for public comment tonight. We're simply continuing it without public comment.
Not that particular project.
I'm sorry?
Not that particular project.
I'm misunderstanding your question.
I know we're not talking about the Orchard Hill project. That's just a question in general.
Got it, okay. All right, got it. All right, thank you. All right.
Yeah, sweet.
With that in mind, continuing on down our agenda, in case you are here, what I do at the beginning of all our meetings is open it up for public comment for anybody that has questions for the commission that is not already on the agenda. If you're already on the agenda, we will get to you. But if you have any, does anybody have any questions about conservation? No? Okay. Moving on then. Okay. Under request for certificate of compliance, Jesse, we have 20 Hillary Road.
Yes. So I will open this up. So they had actually, or I guess if I'm taking their word for it, but they had reached out back in 2022 and asked for a COC for DEP file number 199567. I couldn't get a copy of the order of conditions, but I did, they have these pictures. I went out to the site. I didn't see anything abnormal or of concern to me. There was another case of, this is an order from the late 90s, and they didn't realize that it was on their property until, they actually just closed on it. So now they're just, there's money being held in escrow, and they're looking to get this issued to resolve it.
All right.
What was that number again, Jesse?
It is 199567.
Anybody have any questions for Jesse? No. Okay. What's your recommendation, Jesse?
I think that we can go ahead and issue the certificate of compliance. There's nothing out there that's of concern to me. So.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, I'll entertain a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 20 Hillary Road and the DEP number that the agent gave us.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Michael. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Anybody? Thank you. Jordan?
All right, on that vote, how do you vote? Mike?
Aye.
Nick?
Aye.
Chuck?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
And Jordan?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
All right, the next one is 596 Elm Street.
Yeah, sure. So I went out here, I don't know if any of you guys want to go and take a look at sometime too. I don't know if you remember this property. This is a lot more recent than, the last one. Everything looked like it was done in accordance with the plan to me, but if any of you guys want to go out there and take a look yourselves, I'm happy to meet you on the property at some point. I can zoom out a little bit too. It's right across from the luxury kennel that's over here. I don't know if you guys remember issuing that one. I think that was 2022? No, that was 2021.
Oh, this is the one next to the property that had the,
Yes.
all right, yep,
It's across the street.
right.
Yeah.
No, Michael, you go by it all the time, or you have any thoughts?
No,
on it?
actually, what my concern was, can I discuss what my concern was at the time?
Yeah, absolutely.
What my concern was at the time, and I think Rich and I both voiced it, is that down front, there was, we can see
Towards the road, you mean?
Yeah, right where it meets the road, there
Yeah.
was a wetland going through there. I wondered why there was not a crossing required, but they made a case that it wasn't necessary. And I go by there every day, and they haven't touched that part of the property. They seem to be maintaining all of the materials up where they should be maintained, and cars and things like that, so I don't have any objections to it
Okay.
myself.
All right,
I believe that it's not that corner lot that we're looking at. We're just looking at the one next to it. They were separate
Where the
cases.
house
this
is.
one, yeah.
Where the house is.
This one here, yeah, not this one, but
Just
if you
that one.
remember right down there, when we first, down there, it wasn't much of a wetland, but
It was a very beautiful wildflower garden.
It was.
It was.
Exactly my thought.
And was is the operative term.
And I do.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions, comments, anything? No? Okay, Jesse, your
What's
recommendation?
the number?
Oh,
The number for that one is 1991137.
getting up into the 4-digit ones.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my recommendation is to issue the COC. I don't
Okay.
have any issues if you guys don't.
All right. All right, then I'll entertain a motion then to, unless there are any other questions, comments?
So moved.
Okay.
That one has a file in the Master EP?
Yes. Yeah, did you get the number there? Do you want me to repeat the number?
1137. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
perfect.
guess we should ask if there are abutters that are here that,
Yeah, that's true. Anyone here for that? 596 Elm Street?
Nope, okay.
Good point.
All right.
Yeah, all right, make sure I do that with the next one. All right, then, moving on down the agenda, the next one is 39 Marcello Ave.
Did we get a motion there?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll take it back. No, Michael made a motion, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Motion.
You made the motion.
Waiting on a second.
I'll second.
Okay, sorry about that.
so Rich,
My mistake.
on that vote, how do you vote, Chuck?
Aye.
Nick?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
And Jordan?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, now continuing on, thank you. Next one is 39 Marcello Ave.
All right, 39 Marcello. I don't know if you guys remember this one. This one's also recent. This is now what's the name of it? North Star Family Services or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is it's a pretty large spot. I went out there with, it was Tom Doobie with Doobie Construction who, put the building up. Me and him walked it the other day. I thought everything looked great, but it is, it's kind of a large scope. So if anyone wants to take a look at it, then, we can arrange a time. And this isn't a situation where it's like there's a home being sold, so it's not a rush like Hillary or something like that. So, I don't have any concerns, but if anyone wants to go and take a look, I'm more than happy to go out with you guys and review the plan and show you.
Can you tell me, could you tell us what it looks like there's a cul-de-sac that was planned there at the end? Is that what that is? Is that still in play?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. I'm actually not sure why that.
It's probably just the paper
that is
road,
kind of odd
as
that
they
that's
call it.
showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there talk of a whole development going in there?
That's what I thought.
That's what I'm recalling.
I think there was at one point, and there was actually so you guys issued a COC for this same property maybe a couple of years ago wherein it was a COC where you checked the option that the work was never completed. because they had gotten an order of conditions back in 2016 for an entirely separate project that never took place. So maybe that was something to do with that. I can't say that, I can't confirm that. That's just me trying to connect the dots.
But you're asking for just the property outlined in red?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any commissioners have any comments?
Yeah,
Questions?
I got a question.
Go
So if this was part of that larger development, does it have stormwater infrastructure associated with it? Stormwater management infrastructure there?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I mean, I know that they have a stormwater system there, but it's not anything like, it's not a subdivision or a development or anything, so it's just for that.
This appears separate.
Yes, yeah.
It's not part of the woods. All of that we walked through.
Right.
All right. You all set, Nick? Or did,
Well,
question, or?
is the stormwater infrastructure there consistent with the plan? I mean, they would have had to submit
Yeah,
plans
no.
for
It
stormwater.
was as far as I saw, like even me and Tom were walking around here and they have, well, actually way down here.
Yeah, downhill that way, yeah.
Yeah, the water flows down this way, so they have riprap and a catch basin down here. And, I mean, to me, it appeared to be consistent with the plan, but I mean, if you want more time to, go over it and, we can go and take a look at it ourselves if you'd feel, more comfortable doing that.
So you have the plan and you've seen it and...
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I got the plan after. I didn't have it at the time when I went on the site walk, but I got it after the fact and kind of, I don't know, crossed.
Okay, so there is a plan, it appears consistent, I'm satisfied with that, thank you.
All right, good.
Okay.
Anybody here, any questions about any of these? Okay. All right. So you guys all set? All right. With that-
DEP number.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
thanks.
Let's see. Give me one moment. Going way back. Oh, sorry. Nothing wants to work right now, of course.
1036, is that it?
No, I
we don't
believe
know.
that was a different one.
Can we come back to this so we're not sitting here
Yeah.
waiting for it? We
That's
move on
fine.
down the agenda? You can get it to us later?
That's okay.
All right.
That's fine.
All right, moving on then. Did we, yeah, we took a motion, took a vote on that, everything, right?
Yes, Rich and Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on then. 468 Main Street.
There's a
Or
motion.
no, that was for Elm Street. There is no motion for that.
I'm sorry, I was telling, Rich was talking to me, what?
There is, no one ever made a motion for Marcello Ave. If we want.
Okay, you were right. So I'll then entertain a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for their 39 Marcello Ave.
We're waiting on the DEP number.
I
mean, I don't think we really-
Find it. He can,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to just sit here and wait.
Okay, I didn't know you wanted to.
Motion made.
Thank you. Is there a second? Bless you.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay. On that vote, how do you vote, Jordan?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Chuck?
Aye.
Nick?
Aye.
And Mike?
Aye.
Thank you. All right.
You all set?
The last one, yes.
Okay, 468 Main Street.
Believe we. Is anyone present on that hearing? Hey, come on up.
Okay.
So this is the new car wash. If you
So
guys
I
have
thought
seen
so. I was
that.
going to say, is this the old Sunoco station? Okay.
Sorry, I don't have a...
Oh, that's fine.
So okay, just introduce yourself.
So,
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm from Solely Engineering. I'm a project engineer.
Okay. Would you just sit here and answer any questions we may have, or are you?
Yeah, I'm just here for any
Oh,
questions
okay.
you might have.
All right. How'd free weekend go? Oh, you probably didn't know. You're just the engineer. Never mind. I'm sorry, just the engineer. That was the meeting. I apologize. Didn't mean that.
yeah, so I mean, once again, this is the as-built. I went out to the site. It was, consistent with what I saw there.
I appreciated the free coupon I was mailed, used it, and took a look at how the drainage worked, and it was all going onto the site as opposed to off, so I was pleased with both the cleaning and
Yeah.
the stormwater.
Yeah. They actually have a good amount of lawn there for where it is too.
Yeah, no, I've
most of
noticed
the
that.
most of the
Can you
sites there are just entirely impervious and
Can you
not
go
the
back
case.
to the map?
Yeah, I can.
It's not something that looked odd. Wrong one.
Where'd I put it? Too many things open.
So many things.
It really is. This? There we go.
What is the Dead River?
what's that?
What is that? That's in Maine.
Yeah, I don't think we're by Flagstaff.
We don't talk about that.
I guess, huh?
Yeah.
So assuming that's in Nashua.
Yeah.
You'll see it on Chronicle.
Yeah, right, so it goes up, as you call it, goes up and around. Kind of way up here, I guess.
Yeah.
So one of these was the 200-foot buffer, riverfront?
Um,
I think pretty much the entirety of the site is.
Was it?
Yeah, you have to be.
But it was redevelopment.
Yeah, this was redevelopment, which
Yeah.
is probably why
Which
it
we discussed a while ago.
led to so much of, the lawn actually being in place.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the whole thing get built, I drive by there every day, so.
Yep.
I mean, I think it looks like they did a very nice job, to be honest.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions for the engineer or anything? No? Okay. Anybody here, any questions about the project? No? Okay. Jesse, sir.
Just compliments, they did a nice job.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, you're here. I hope that I got the right email from you last week. Okay, I'll have to get your email again. I'll give you mine because I shot you one and I was hoping to hear back.
Jesse, recommendation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with issuing a COC.
Okay.
I think everyone seems to be in agreement that they did a nice
Did
job.
you get the DP number there by any chance? I'm sure the engineer does anyway.
I do.
Yeah,
Look at that.
1991182.
1182, thank you. All right, with that in mind, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 468 Main Street.
So made?
Thank you, is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Nick.
On that vote, how do you vote? Mike,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Rich,
Aye.
Chuck,
Aye.
Jordan,
Aye.
and Steph?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. Have a good
Bye.
night.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, moving on under continued hearings. The first two, we still have no DEP numbers, so we're going to continue those as well. So I'm not even going to open them. The applicant's not here. So the one for the aquatic control on Lake Whalen and the one for the stone wall, et cetera, for 19 Lease Drive, I'm just going to continue those. We're not even going to open it. Open them, I should say.
Is there anyone that has a comment?
Yeah, would that, anybody have any, well, if I'm not opening it, why would we have?
Because they're here.
No, but I think we'll
It's your
just.
choice.
Yeah, no, I think we'll just continue it and move on. Sir, you're here, which one, are you here for?
Basketball.
Basketball, perfect, okay. All right, so the first two, we're not even gonna open. Moving on then, I'll read it into the record. Notice of intent filed by Sean Collette, represented by Brian, is it Marchetti?
Yes, Marchetti.
Marchetti, that's why I asked. Marchetti for the construction of a single-family home with associated site improvements at 0 Bascom Street, DP number 199-1218.
We just received that DEP number yesterday,
Yeah.
so. You have a preferable place for me to set this up?
No, Jesse, do you have the plans on the,
Yeah, I have it up
yeah,
here.
you can just bring them up on the TV if you'd like.
Okay, that's fine. This is just, I colored one just for ease of seeing the
Yeah.
limits of
Yeah.
what we're proposing here. So, again, Brian Marchetti, McCarty Engineering, here tonight on behalf of BBC Development. We're permitting a single-family residence on a .23 acre lot. It's 10,000 square feet. It's located at the very end of Bascom Street. We attempted to permit this years ago, and then due to COVID, we kind of tabled this lot. The wetlands were delineated to the rear of it. The wetlands were also delineated further off-site for a different project at the time we proposed, right at the intersection of Bascom.
Guys, can I ask a quick question? Since this has been in the works for a while, when were the wetlands delineated?
This was just delineated.
Oh, just, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine, I don't need an exact date, I just want to make sure it was recent, okay.
Yep. So February 2024 is when
Who did the delineation?
Three Oaks Environmental. So, anyway, we stopped permitting, also obviously due to code, but also Bascom Street. There were questions about the road hadn't been extended to the limits of this lot yet. So we started working with DPW on exactly what needed to be done. So all that has been resolved. It's shown on the plan here, the limits where they want us to extend it to basically halfway, or it was 20 feet or so past our driveway, just to give emergency vehicles adequate room to turn around. But anyway, the property here, like I said, it's 10,000 square feet. Almost the entire property is located within the 100-foot buffer zone. That's the dark dashed line you see on the right side of the driveway. The resource area associated with this development is a intermittent stream. It's a channel that's derived from stormwater infrastructure in the adjacent neighborhoods. Discharges through a culvert to the backside, just off the property. And again, it is an intermittent stream, so there's only buffer zone associated with it. Approaching DPW about exactly what impacts we needed to cause here due to the roadway extension and utilities. We decided only to extend the road far enough, as I said, for emergency vehicles and to tie into sewer on the property. There's a sewer easement that runs to the left side of the proposed house. So all development is basically occurring to the right side, as far away from the buffer zone or the actual resource area as we could possibly locate a house and driveway. Instead of extending the main, there's a water main in the neighborhood, but it's down at the end of Bascom. So instead of extending the main, we're proposing a well at the back right corner of the property. And then as a single-family residence, it's not required to meet the DEP stormwater regulations, but we are providing a dry well to accommodate the 1 inch for the rooftop.
Is that this?
Yes, in the rear of the property. So that's basically the long and short of it. It's a 2-car garage with a stand-up colonial, 3-bedroom. And, you know, we tried to minimize the size of the infrastructure out here, the limited disturbance. You can see on the plan, the house is 31 feet from the lot line, which is to the left, closest to the property. And you can see on the right side, we've located the house only about 1 foot off the required zoning setback line for the structure. So.
You all set?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't tell, what is this line?
So that is the erosion control line. We have a limit of erosion control along the entire western side
So
of
that's why,
the development.
And straw wattle?
Yes, there's the details on the top right corner of the plan, so it's a wattle
Okay.
with silt fence.
So, and you said, where is the well?
The well's in the very bottom right corner of the lot. So if you scroll down the plan, you can see the water
Down
right
there,
off the
yeah,
back.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, this has all been reviewed and vetted through DPW before we put it on the plan.
All right. I'm all set with questions. Anybody on the commission have any thoughts, comments, questions? Nick?
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question. I've been to the site, and as the contour lines indicate, that lot is effectively the same level as the same. It's just barely above that ephemeral stream. Is there any evidence of flooding in this area? I know it's not indicated as a boarding land subject to flooding. I don't know if that's because of the nature of the ephemeral stream, but is there any evidence that this lot is actually occasionally flooded?
So we've been out to this site. Like I said, we looked at this over 5 years ago, so we've repeatedly been to this property, and we've never witnessed, even after rainstorm events, we've gone out there intentionally to take pictures when it was dry,
Okay.
and to observe this site when it was raining and after big rainfall events, and there's never been water that broke the bank of that that stream and flood it onto this property. There is floodplain associated with the wetland that this ultimately flows into, but it's well off the property.
The wetland to the north, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you happen to inspect it after September 11th, 2023?
No,
Okay.
no, I did not.
Yeah, kinda everything was flooded then.
I realize. I wondered if it was an exception.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
understood.
mean,
Thank you.
I could honestly,
Good day to not go look.
we have logs of all the pictures we've taken over the years, and I don't know the exact dates, but I know for sure
Yeah.
I didn't go. We were on other properties that had issues at the time.
did you could ask the neighbor just to the south of this lot? They may have some
History.
some history of what this parcel looked like during that
Yeah.
September 11 flooding. You may, I know it's not in bordering land subject to flooding. I know like you've met the requirements, but
Yeah.
I'd hate for you to construct a house in a place that actually does get flooded, and like for people to buy the house, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do, and
Yeah.
just for your education, the actual stream is off property, so our survey doesn't extend fully into the stream to measure the actual depth of the intermittent stream.
Yeah.
But when you do walk out there, there is a, I don't want to say significant, but at least a foot or two step down into the stream. So there is
Yeah,
a very
it's-
defined channel out there.
It's a foot or two, and it's. But if that stream were to flood, I mean, this property is right
Yep.
on.
Understand.
So, yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty flat. It's a good question.
My question is ultimately related to that. With this wetland delineation being completed in February, in the winter months, I did take a look at the documentation provided by the wetland specialist, and we had kind of discussed this before,
Yep.
looking at how to evaluate a delineation that's done during the winter months, and I didn't see, there was mention of like a checklist, which I did not see as part of that documentation, and I'm wondering if anybody else had a chance to look at the wetland package that was included in here, and if anybody else has any concerns about the presence or absence of vegetation, how much can be viewed in February, whether or not the ground was frozen,
Yep. And-
concerns in that vein.
And I do know, like, the vegetation out there is all upland. It's very coarse and sandy material. It's all upland outside of the bank. That's why only bank was flagged out there. There was no buffer zone associated with outside of the bank.
No
And I know it was-
BVW.
No BVW, and I know it was February, but it's all the vegetation, all the trees, all the understory, none of it was wetland vegetative plants.
Okay.
There is no DEP number yet. correct?
Yes, there is. It was issued yesterday.
Just this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's,
mentioned it when I opened it, yeah.
Yeah, it's 199-1218. That's why we continued it the last
Hold on,
couple
so
of times.
you all set stuff?
Yeah, I guess if other people looked,
I honestly didn't look at the entire package. I didn't look at the.
It did. I know what you're talking about. It didn't have any. It didn't have like soil or plains data with that.
yeah.
Just the presence of the. She thought it might have been a perennial stream, then looked at the USGS info, saw that it was intermittent, and that was basically all that really went into.
Yeah, that seems a little lacking for a February delineation. Like if there wasn't soil, if there wasn't supporting vegetation, it's hard to do in February, and I think it deserves a little bit more scrutiny than one done during regular season.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's fair.
yeah, that is fair.
Very fair.
Rich, you would.
Is there a basement? Following up on the
There will be a
question of
basement
flooding.
associated with it, with a bulkhead. Yes.
That related to flooding?
Yeah, I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
thinking of what happened to that house on
Right.
Wildflower.
Yeah.
I certainly, if you guys have pictures, and I would imagine there are dates attached to them that you can share with us of like dry conditions after rain events. I would certainly feel bad, because I went out there with Nick and I definitely share the concerns that he has.
You could do
That
it.
would make me
Flooding,
feel
yeah.
better.
You could do a site visit Friday.
Yeah, I mean, we can do
This
another
week.
site visit as well. if
That wouldn't be a
you're-
bad
Yeah,
idea.
I can be available.
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be great.
Sure.
Yeah, because the other thing I was going to ask you, because we were seeing weird, stakes in the ground and flags, and I felt like I might have been confused about where exactly the house was going in, so it would be very helpful to get out there in the field and
Yeah,
have you point that out.
that's a good idea.
I can do that.
Can you pick a
Yeah, that'd be,
time?
that'd be appreciated.
Can we set up time tonight? Meeting Friday?
Yeah,
This Friday?
or sometime before the next meeting.
That work for me.
I could not do this Friday.
Can make time.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
but-
yeah. If it's gonna rain off and on the next 3 days, Friday might be a good day for
Yeah.
people can get there. Friday. I'm available after 10:30 on Friday.
I can always revisit the site with, other
That's true,
other people
yeah.
too,
I'm available.
And I'll make sure
If you wanna go, we can go.
wetland consultant's available.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
I'd love to
secondary
see
thing
it. I
is,
just, I can't go this Friday.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll figure out a time.
because there's no septic, there were no test holes dug either, so,
Yeah, that's true.
which would indicate there was any groundwater there.
Yeah.
So what do we want to, what time do we want to do on Friday?
Anytime after 10:30 is fine for me.
How about noon time on Friday? Does that sound good to you?
Sure.
Perfect.
All right,
All right, 12 on Friday.
cool.
I can't make 12 on Friday, but I just maybe want to recommend you might try just try digging in the lot, see if see what kind of deposits are in there. Are they alluvial or are they till? I mean, so if there is flooding there, there should be flood deposits associated with there.
You have an auger, right?
And
I
you
do.
can ask. You can ask. I'd also encourage you to knock on the door of the neighbor to the south too, because their yard is right the same level effectively. They would have noticed the flooding after
Okay.
during
Maybe
the
they're here tonight. They could be.
Yeah, we got
Right.
a library of flooding pictures.
Yeah,
We'll get you all. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I did have another question before we moved on. What is the closest location of the structure next to the wetland? Like how close is it to the actual resource area?
I want to say you can see the dimension on the side of the plan, if you bring it
I'm on the
back up.
wrong one right now.
The corner of the house to the lot line is 31 feet, and then it's probably an additional 5 feet from the edge of the lot line to the wetland, so you're probably looking at 36 feet.
I thought you said there's no wetland, just the intermittent stream.
The resource area.
The
bank, not
resource
wetland.
area,
Yes,
correct.
Correct, yep.
Again, so that stream is, intermediate stream is over in here?
Yes.
RB is
So
Riverbank.
that point you were just pointing to right there,
Right.
right there at that corner, you're about 36 feet to the house.
And are you proposing that the drainage from like the roof runoff be directed towards that dry well?
Yeah, it's all, so the roof runoff's all gonna go to the dry well and like a regular gutter system. If it stages up and floods, it'll just have a discharge to grade.
Okay.
If it floods, the dry well's filled, right?
Yes, so
So then there is no discharge to it once it's filled.
once the dry well's filled, there's an overflow at grade. So basically, the gutter comes down and has a discharge. The detail shows it on that plan. So once the dry well's full of water, then the water just discharges to grade
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
And to the intermittent stream, correct?
to the yard, and then ultimately, yes.
Toward the intermittent
the
stream,
stream, yep.
thank you.
Do you know the depth of groundwater?
I don't. We haven't done test bits on the property.
Okay. Wow. It's bold. Okay.
It's not bold. We're proposing a dry well.
Sure.
We're not required to meet the stormwater standards for single-family residential.
Sure.
So you can propose a dry well. A dry well can be any type of structure that can hold the water. It can be a chamber, it can be a crushed stone trench, it can be whatever works out there.
I'd go along with
Whatever works
both.
out there. Yes, that is the operative.
You
Way to
can
put
certainly
that.
put a condition in the approval that we provide you test bit data and an updated design if it changes.
Yeah.
We're certainly amenable to that.
If I were buying the house and there's a basement, I'd be curious what the groundwater levels have been, without a doubt.
Yep. Understood.
Any other questions, comments, concerns from the commission? Everybody else said, okay. I'll open up to the people in the audience. By the way, you folks, I saw you just walked in a few minutes ago. Are you here for, no, are you here for the Orchard Hill project?
Yes.
That got continued. We're not going to have a couple of public comment tonight.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
to continue too.
Right now it's October 14th, but that may change in the meantime.
If you guys, just so you know, leading up to October 14th, you can give me a call beforehand. My phone number's here. I don't think you can see that, but if you go to the Conservation Commission webpage, you can find my phone number. Give me a call on the 13th or the 14th, and I'll let you know whether the applicant will be here that night, so you don't come out. My name's Jesse.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Jesse, can you post a note where the minutes are when you find out? I
What
mean,
do you mean, where
or
the
not
minutes are?
minutes, where the agenda is
Yeah, I
on the
can-
website.
I could do that. I'll definitely get, I think Facebook is.
Certainly, at least if it's continued.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, good. Just taking a step back now. If anybody here has any comments, questions, or concerns for the applicant or for us, please feel free to come on up. And introduce yourself, name and address, please.
Over here.
Yeah, please.
Okay. My name's Paul Miller, and I've met you, Jesse. I talked to you a couple times.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thanks for the emails.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, your address?
22 Tisdale.
Okay.
Okay, so
Good, thank you.
first question I had was, I wasn't notified as an abutter for this, and I think that was an error. My property is the condo that's existing there, which is, there's a small parcel between me and there. I think it's only 50 feet. So I should have been notified, and I wasn't notified.
Thank you.
I haven't had, enough time to properly prepare for this, and I do have some questions in that. But that's one thing, I took a look at the property maps there, and I think they're outdated, because they still had the owner of the property in question listed as the trustee for my property. And actually, I had the paperwork here where he resigned as trustee, and I think he was on the abutters list, so I think he was notified. But I do have the paperwork, so I'm the current trustee for that property.
Okay.
So I wasn't notified, and I would request that, proper notification be done. And
So I do have up here, so this is the certified abutters list from, our assessors are the ones who put those together.
yeah, I
And
know.
under the Wetlands Protection Act, it's 100 feet, so you can see it's a 100-foot radius around. And then, here I have the slips of, so, it's, I'm assuming because this is you, right, on the, oh, sorry, you're not looking, right here?
Yeah,
I think you are, it's, what?
22 Tisdale.
No, it's
No, it's right here on the right. See where I'm wiggling that around?
Okay.
So I think, and granted, it's,
Yeah, 2022.
I think you're just outside of it. It's like I said, it's only 100 feet under the Wetlands Protection Act, so that's all that we enforce.
Well-
But we defer to the, assessors department.
Can you bring up the list again, though? Because
Yeah.
Because he was listed on there, I know it's his property, is the one in question, but he's also listed on there as an abutter. And that's because he was listed as the trustee for that property, and he isn't.
Okay.
So he received a letter, I didn't get anything. So
Good to know.
I think that,
Yeah.
just so, because having looked at this, and I got a lot of questions about this, and some of this was brought up around the flooding, and that's my main concern about this, is flooding. And I got a picture here, if you want to see it, from the 11th, and you can't see the stream because there's a lake back there. but-
From September 11th, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a picture here if you want to take a look at it. It's, obviously that's a pretty severe rain event, but as you know, in the times that we live in now, there's a couple here. You want me to just
Yeah,
pass it around?
Yeah.
And I'll give you guys one.
Oh,
And I can tell you on the picture, it's like, if you look past this large tree here, and you can barely see it here, but his property starts at the tree line back there, which would be kind of like back here. So obviously there's like massive flooding there. But I know some of, and some of the other abutters that are here, I know that had the property down there at that's right at the end of Bascom, where it's right next to the marshland there. I know Terry's here, and she gets flooding there. Of course, she had some bad flooding on that particular day, but she's had flooding over there numerous times, and her property actually sits up higher. And as you pointed out, the property that they're talking about is at the same level as the stream back there. I mean, I walked back there, and there's a little bit, and of course there was some damage during the storm. So it's kind of eroded some of what was pre-existing there. And then of course, having, and I had the same questions about the core samples because I don't think there were any core samples taken. And of course, the survey was done during the winter, so it's kind of hard to, get an idea. Next week, after some rain, that might be a better time to take a look at this because, my concerns, around the flooding, if all of those trees are cut down and you put in a foundation there, and they haven't done the actual core sample, so they don't really know how far down the groundwater is. So that might not even be possible. I mean, who knows? But if that's all disturbed, that may reroute as far as how the flooding's been. This is a good example, if you look at those pictures, of, okay, that's an extreme event. But my house stayed dry, and most everybody, Terry's flooded. She had some very bad flooding and some pretty costly repairs. Obviously, if this structure had been there, it would have been under about 5 or 6 feet of water. So I don't know if that's within your authority here. I know that we're talking about conservation questions here. But obviously, if there's a question around flooding for this, I think that should be answered first before we get to maybe some of the impact statements as far as I don't know if there's been any recent any surveys as far as environmental impact in that particular area, or if there's been anything since this flood as far as them resurveying as far as the pathway of the stream and that sort of thing, where it really is right now. But if you're going to be going out there Friday, is there some way that you can bring someone, say maybe the county engineer's office or somebody to take a look at this? Because when I first heard about this, I didn't really think this was a serious plan because I know of the flooding that I've seen there myself, and I know, and of course there's a lot of wildlife there, and there's a lot of vegetation in that, but I think that in order to make a informed decision, you need really to have a lot more information than you have now. And even if we do get some rain this week, this is, as you know, it's been a drought, and so it's very dry back there right now. So even if you get a little bit of rain, it's not maybe necessarily a fair kind of assessment because you looked at that's like the one extreme, and then right now is drought. So that may be something you might want to consider also, as far as the information you're going to need to make to render a decision. I had some questions, and we covered as far as the core samples, and I think that's going to be obviously necessary before they move forward with any kind of construction. Some other concerns is just the practicality of this. This is at the end of a dead-end street, so that you'd be talking about removal of all those trees, heavy equipment coming in there. Obviously, it can be it's pretty. The street's relatively narrow, and it's a dead end back there. Lack of infrastructure, and I know that's part of the plan. That they're going to, there's going to be a well, and and it's going to be a single-family dwelling, so that gives, that gives some leeway as far as like what the type of licensing and planning that they have to put into place. But I'd say my main concern, and I know that, there's a lot of animals live back there, and I could go through a long list and I can show you lots of pictures. But I think I would be concerned, especially if this is going to have a basement. I'd be concerned about how you can construct something where there hasn't been anything ever built back there with known flooding history without the expectation that it's going to flood. When we already know that with properties that are actually sitting up higher in the same area. And you're going to change the movement of water through there, and that might actually start flooding on other properties, including mine, and including some of the other neighbors that are, or make it worse. So I think that would have to be studied carefully before you allow any kind of construction back there at all. And obviously, whoever would be building back there would not be able to get flood insurance. I don't think there's any way they could ever get any kind of flood insurance for where that's being constructed. So I don't know if somebody else or other folks have something else to say. That was kind of all I had today. But I would urge you, if you're going to go out there and look, bear in mind, like I said, it's a drought. It's dry. I have it back there. It's pretty dry.
Do you think, if it makes you feel any better, like Nick mentioned, when we went out there, we were finding alluvial deposits. So, like, if there is flooding through the year, even though we're in a drought right now, we'll still be able to look at the soil characteristics and tell that there is.
Okay, I mean, there's other reasons, I think, to oppose this for practical reasons beyond, like, kind of the authority here. But I mean, I'm that you guys have. As far as, we're talking about protection of wetlands, that's your guys' purview here. And certainly I think we would avail ourselves of that because I think there's other reasons, especially when it is dealing with the flooding issue, as far as public safety, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'd be glad to look at, if they went out and they did some additional soil samples and did some core samples and that sort of thing, to look that over as far as concerns that we have in the community. Because I think most of the folks, I know everybody here is opposed to this, and I know. And there may be some other people that haven't been notified yet because I wasn't notified. So I would urge you to talk to the assessor's office and make sure they update their. Yeah, I know they're strapped for
Sure.
there's staffing
We
shortfalls
definitely-
and stuff.
We definitely take a butter notification seriously, so I'll definitely check with them and see what happened there.
So, because I don't think you want like some kind of legal challenge later on if something were to, if some judgment was made and somebody wasn't notified and given proper notification in that.
Your address was 22?
22, yeah. There's a condo there, so there's 2 units. It's 20 and 22 units. And I think both of those, they would fall under the trustee, and unfortunately they sent it to Ken instead of the right. He actually built my condo. But yeah, I think I would urge you to take a look at that, and if somebody hasn't been notified, that you send those notifications out,
Okay.
And you might, it might delay things a little bit, but it sounds like you've got a lot of questions and things that additional information you're going to need anyway. So maybe you can do this in parallel. You can do that and gather additional information and data and that sort of thing
Okay.
that you need.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Name and address, please.
Absolutely. I'm Chris Tooley, 29 Hannah Street. I am the, sorry, getting over a cold, bear with me. I'm the butter to the south. I've been there for about 19 years, so I think I'm the neighbor with the pictures that Nick is looking to.
Okay.
Also, Jesse, in your inbox, I just forwarded you a few. I wasn't well prepared as Paul, but and they're not really part of this. So I'm really just here to say that I've seen this property in every season for the past 19 years. And gosh, I'm gonna have to read from this whole thing because I have such a terrible memory. I see what the experts have provided with the NOI, but I want the commission to know that is not what I would consider to be a dry buildable lot at this point. The lot itself routinely holds water, as does the rear of my lot on Hannah Street. During the rain event in September 2023, there's significant flooding across this parcel, just as I've seen during many of the other storms. I don't think you'll find the bank of it pushed up when you go to look, but it traditionally it holds a lot of water. And that water backs up to the back of my property, and I hope that we have enough rain that you can see that, or a little bit more before the Friday visit. I'm concerned about the disruption of the soil so close to a stream. The applicant proposing a small dry well for the rooftop runoff in a time when the 100-year and 500-year storms are becoming a little more frequent. I feel like this minimal approach to me seems inadequate. The dry well also, I think, given the water levels in a normal year, I feel like the dry well is really going to be a wet well, and then that's going to result in flooding. And flooding in my property, flooding into the wetlands, flooding into the intermittent stream. Adding even one house here risks pushing more water into the neighboring properties, the wetlands, and overwhelming the intermittent stream bank. So I am urging the commission to protect our city stream and wetland system by requiring possibly a peer review or another engineering organization to have a review of this, conditioning any approval strictly to a single family use, and really just not allowing this project to go forward at this point unless we can prove beyond doubt that no harm will result from this activity to the wetlands or to the downstream infrastructure that we have there. As it stands, this property is wet, it's flood prone, and it's just unsuitable for development. And in my opinion, as the person that's lived there for 19 years and seen a lot of water there. So that's all.
All right.
Thank
You
you.
have some pictures to look at later on as well.
Very nice. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I saw somebody else try to get up a second ago, too.
My name is Bill Coulter. I live at 89 Moreland Ave in Leominster.
Okay.
I own a property, lot 33516, I believe it is, to go by their numbers. To address a question that you had about some of the runoff, if you go alongside, when you're out there on Friday, alongside 15 Bascom, you'll see all the sand and stuff that's all pushed from not clearing out the drains periodically like they used to, the catch basins along different streets. I think they've downplayed what that feeds into it. I know it goes Manchester, Tisdale, Sylvan, at least up as far as Sylvan, all the runoff water is what feeds down alongside that property. I don't know if it's actually, when the reservoir overflows, if that actually feeds a little bit. Maybe your maps or whatever would show that, but I checked because of a flood, a sewer flood in 1994, which blew the pipes apart down the length of Bascom Street. The EPA was present then. The mayor remembers it. I happened to see him a week or so ago, and he remembers what a mess it was, and talking to the gentleman. He was there because the entirety of Wasp Meadow is protected federally by the EPA. And that by itself doesn't affect this project as much as the tributaries leading into a protected, this is according to the EPA, are also protected. The main one there has witnessed by that house that was torn down at the corner of Pleasant and Colburn because of, comes from Barrett. Secondary comes from all those streets uphill, down into it. They're both federally protected. And what I left a message with today had some nice maps, and of course my printer died, not enough ink, but one was from the DEP, one was from the EPA, because one thing the EPA did tell me was I asked about a buffer zone. If these tributaries are protected, they said they don't set it. They leave it up to the individual states and what they're, so that would be the DEP. And I've got in a message with them, trying to get an answer back. The one person I did talk to briefly said, don't quote me, but I believe it's 100 feet from either side of that tributary. So until, and you'd probably have a better source, but if you can get, because I went online trying to dig through this, and when I called them, I was simply asking, how do I navigate this? There's just so much information here. What am I, what pertains to this particularly? But if that answer is, if that's accurate, 100, there's no place to put a house.
Can I help you with that?
Yes.
Quickly. So, the way the Wetland Protection Act works, you've got your resource area, your lake, your river, your stream, your pond, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
Then there is a, with most of these resource areas, there is a bordering vegetated wetland. That depends on the plants and the hydrology in that area.
Yes.
The applicant is asserting that there is no bordering vegetation wetland because it's just an intermittent stream and there's no wetland associated with it. So basically the wetland ends at the stream bank.
Yeah.
So with that, then you then have a 100-foot buffer from the stream. Normally it'd be 100 feet from the edge of the wetland. In this case, it's 100 feet from the stream. That's the buffer area. That doesn't mean they can't build in it. It just means anything, and we have jurisdiction over activities in that 100-foot buffer, and we can condition it. That's,
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question.
I understand that, but what it is, I don't know what part of which the federal would step in and say, this is the protected thing, this is what we're going to do. They used the measurements, the buffers that are used in the state anyway. I don't know if they go down to local, but the locals usually follow the state DEP, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I didn't know what their response would be to having something that close to what they consider a tributary, a protected
They meaning the
tributary.
DEP or the EPA?
I'm talking about the EPA.
EPA,
yes.
okay. Jesse, what do you know about a federally protected resource area in the area? Do you know anything?
I don't think there's anything that's more expansive than the WPA.
Brian, do you know anything?
With something
Federally
like this.
protected? No? Okay. The first I've heard of it, so I just wanted to see if there's anybody that might know anything more about that, so.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I'm sorry,
And I was wondering if either the agent or the applicant knew anything more about some type of federally protected resource area in that vicinity.
yeah, well, I
and they
went
didn't.
online and checked it after they advised it. In fact, one of the maps that I looked at today came from DEP. And I know he said it was delineated a bit, but looking at it, it shows all of Lost Meadow right up to the backs of the couple of houses that are on Bascom is all federally protected. There's a little area of it, it looks like a small peninsula as you're looking at the map. What that is the extension of Phillips Street, where there used to be a pump house because the city used Lost Meadow as a backup reservoir, a backup water supply.
I think what you're referring to is just the floodplain, which.
No, well, according to, because I don't have the printer.
I mean, that is like.
I do have the link that I used.
FEMA comes up with, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what you were, but I mean, if you're talking about things that are, FEMA comes out with these maps and, obviously.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
like what Nick was talking about with bordering land subject to flooding, which, I mean, I can.
Jesse, when we have a spare minute, tomorrow or whatever, can you go to that website that he just gave you and see what it is?
Yes, I can.
We can get more information on that Friday on the sidewalk.
But, yeah, sure. I guess this is what this whole system is what we were talking about, which this all is within floodplain. This is the parcel in question, which.
Yeah, it's hard to close in
I
on it
would
from
think
the map they had online, but
Yeah, no, I'll be happy to look that up.
All right. No, appreciate the information. Anything else?
no, that's
Okay.
it at the moment. Thank
All
you.
right.
I'm sorry, you had mentioned floods in the past. I believe it was 2014 or 2015, where 15 Bascom, the basement got significant flooding from a heavy rainstorm. So, I mean, it happens periodically.
Okay.
And it's the same area, it follows along that stream. And as I said, when you get a chance to look, you can see where the water being brought from upstream, from that part of the tributary, brought in so much of the sand and debris from further up. And because it starts to flatten, of course, that's where everything starts to settle.
Okay. Oh, good, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Bill.
Anybody else? No? Okay. All right. Sir. Oh, Jim. Please.
For Mr. Miller, there are 8 subject areas that we have some limited authority over. They include flood control, storm damage protection, and protection of wildlife habitat. Just for your information.
All right,
Okay?
fine.
Is there conservation land next door to this? Anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I think they're all privately, I mean, it's next to this, flood hazard layer.
And it's all developed around there?
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Nothing that I'm aware of anyway.
My other questions then are for Mr. Marchetti. Are there storm drains on Bascom Street?
I believe down at the intersection, Tisdale.
Okay. Do you have an opinion as to whether somebody, the owner of this house, could get flood insurance?
Well, my opinion of it is flood insurance is based on FEMA's maps. There's no floodplain on this property, so they wouldn't be required to get flood insurance.
Would not be required to. My question is, are they able to? So then should be able to.
Should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the dry well, what would be the volume of water that could go in there if it was dry? Is it filled with stone?
We had proposed an open, it's basically, yes, it is filled with stone.
Okay, so
It's a trench wrapped in fabric.
what's the volume of the pore space in there? How many gallons?
The exact number, I think it was sized for the half-inch. I think it was.
I'm looking for a volume.
The volume.
Yeah, total volume by porosity. So you're talking for a half-inch rain and all the area that would be going into it.
It's a number I can get you.
Please do.
I don't have the calculation on the plan.
Okay, thank you.
What exactly are you looking for?
The volume
Sure, I follow up.
in gallons or liters, if you prefer, of the space that, if the dry well was dry to start with, how much water can go in it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Storage,
Which is
storage volume.
Yeah, storage volume.
X by Y by Z by the porosity.
Yeah.
Storage volume.
No, I just want to make sure.
It's a 9 by 9 by 3 with 40% porosities, right? It's just under 100 cubic feet. So
9 by 9 by 3, 3 feet deep.
Yes. Just under 100 cubic feet, and that's 7.48 gallons, so it's about 730 gallons is what it would be.
That's 3-foot circle.
That's a square, 9 by 9 by 3.
I'd come up with 243 cubic feet.
So 9 times 9 times 3 gives you 243, yes.
Times
No,
7.
times 0.4, so you gotta count for the porosity.
Times
void space.
7.48 to get me gallons is
No,
1,800.
no, no, times 0.4, which gives you the,
That's porosity.
It's full
Right, I was getting to that one.
so that's the void space, is 97.2 cubic feet. Multiply that by 7.48 gallons per cubic
Yeah, okay,
feet.
so you're going eighth, and I'm going
Yeah.
one first, then the other. Times.
And that gives you about 727 gallons.
Right, 727 gallons. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, look at that, in agreement. Was there a
So,
follow-up
and-
to that, or
and
was it?
the developer couldn't be here because we didn't have a DEP number, so he already scheduled something else tonight. But
Understood.
so the details on the construction of the home, the basement, whether it has a basement, that's all entirely up to him. So those are questions that he'd be able to ask, and we'll make sure he's here at the next meeting.
Yeah, that would definitely be helpful.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So folks in the audience are all set with questions, comments? Okay. Yeah, Commissioner?
I had just one quick question.
Sure.
You guys going to be there this Friday?
I'm sorry?
You're going to be there this coming Friday?
That's the plan, yeah.
To do kind of a walk around?
Yeah, and keep in mind, that when we do these sidewalks, they are not for debating. They are simply to ask questions and get information. They are not for a back and forth.
Oh, yeah, I got
Any
it.
kind of,
I got it.
all right.
But we can go on neighboring property if you want to show us something on your properties. Let Jesse know if you do.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Nick, please.
I wanted to address Paul and Chris. You had concerns about flooding on adjacent properties. That would be prohibited under the stormwater ordinance in Leominster. However, it's unclear whether there's compelling evidence to suggest that that would happen. So we need more information to for that.
Mr. Marchette, you said you've already gotten sign off from the DPW on the stormwater plan?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were going to do a test.
I'm sorry?
I thought you were going to do a water test.
I'm simply confirming whether he got DEP approval for the stormwater management plan for this. What did I say? Oh, I'm DPW.
Yeah, so we haven't filed the stormwater management permit yet until this is done. This plan has been reviewed by the DPW, excuse me.
Yep.
It's been reviewed by DPW.
Yep.
The points of connection for sewer, the well location, and means and methods have all been signed off verbally through email with John Roseberry before I put it on the plan.
Okay.
So there will be a formal submittal.
There will be, okay.
After the fact.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
It will be required.
To answer her question, we made no commitment other than to do a site visit this Friday and made no requests,
Right.
correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Did DPW have any questions or concerns with the volume that is expected to be, if they expect an increase in volume, or if they're already dealing with a heavy sediment load down there, if they're having trouble maintaining the existing catch basins? Did they voice any concerns
No,
when you spoke to them?
nothing was ever mentioned about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, certainly before Friday, I don't know, Jesse, if you want to talk to John, and we could go
Yeah.
meet with John, or
Yeah,
request John be there with us on Friday if you could.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
can loop John in.
All right.
I'll see if he's available on Fridays.
All right, cool. All right. Commissioner, all set? All right, with that, it's in motion to continue the hearing until October 14th, Brian?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Nick. Is there a second? Thank you, Jordan.
All right, how do you vote on that? Mike? Aye. Nick?
Aye.
Jordan?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
And Chuck?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
thank you.
Brian.
All right, thank you, folks.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you coming. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
And hopefully, as many of us as possible can make it on a Friday. If not, if you want to go see with Jesse or on your own, feel free.
Yeah, we can figure out whoever,
Friday at noon.
I'll check with everybody, yeah.
Friday at noon, right. No, we'll just give these folks a second to vacate the premises. All right. So is anybody here for the Roach Ave project? No? I must just continue that one then.
Who was it? Can I grab your email again now? This was the gentleman who was interested in joining, and I
Yeah.
feel bad. I must have gotten the wrong email at the last hearing. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Perfect.
So for number 4 there for the Roach Ave, I'm just gonna, not even gonna open, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue that to the 14th.
Did we have outstanding questions with that?
Well, we had the site visit.
Right.
They need to submit a stormwater plan to us.
For the full development? Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear from them. Usually you'd give me a call if
Right.
I weren't going to be here, but that's all right.
Oh, well,
We'll wait and we'll see what we get in the future.
all right.
So not open.
It's not open, nope.
No.
Nope. All right, and as I said before, the number 5, the one for Orchard Hill Park Drive, that's being continued as well at the applicant's request. All right, moving on then.
Can I do
Oh.
my battery storage item before I
Oh, yeah,
forget?
please, yeah, sorry about that, yep.
Okay. So, you guys issued an order of conditions for 0 Willard Street for a battery storage facility. And since that was issued, I'll just open, actually, I think I already have it open. I'm gonna cover
What
it.
was the street again?
It's 0 Willard Street.
0 Willard, right?
Yeah, it's a solar storage system, and essentially since that order was approved, the technology has advanced a bit, and now they're able to store the same amount while, using, what was the word? Given the need for fewer cabinets. So the footprint and the scope of the project has been reduced in size. It was 13,450 square feet, and now it's 9,315 square feet. So in accordance with that, they have revised their plan. This is what was initially approved. Make it a bit bigger so we can actually see it. So this is what you guys approved.
Yep.
And then this is the adjusted, I guess their question is this acceptable as a minor change? I would say that, in my opinion it is, because it's just a reduce in the scope of the project. The rain garden has been downsized as well, because there is about 30% less impervious surface. They ran new calculations on all of that for the stormwater, so.
Nonetheless, should it be put on the agenda so that it's out to the public before, even though
With
it's a
something
small
like
thing?
this, we don't need to do that, because if it's a
Okay.
minor change, then we can just issue a letter as a commission.
Okay.
If we were gonna require an amendment, then something like that, we would need to advertise, but anything
getting
like,
bigger.
this is essentially,
Yeah.
this is like, similar to, how when Lake Samoset came in, there was an increase in scope, so we didn't want to have it be an amendment, and then this can be filed just as a minor change, just a letter that we send out to them.
But Lake Samoset was on the agenda.
That's because they filed for an amendment to an order of conditions, which essentially you have like minor change, then you can have an amendment to an order of conditions, which needs to be advertised, and, full on new notice of intents and things like that.
Yeah, as I said several times before, you had me at reducing impervious surface, so. Anybody have any questions, comments?
No, sounds great.
All right. Yeah,
Great.
so do you need a motion
We
from
can
us?
take a vote, yeah. We can
Okay.
take a vote just to accept that as a minor change and issue them a letter
Okay.
stating such.
And what was the 0 Willard Street?
Yeah, it's 0 Willard Street, and
Is there a number?
yeah, we're big on. So it's 1991151.
All right.
Oh, and also I want to include in that letter, they requested that because of the, what is the act that Maura Healy passed that extended permits, the Ready Bill Act?
Yeah.
Because of that, that extended this to be good until, I believe, 2027, so they just want that noted in the letter as well,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion to approve this as a minor
Yeah, minor change.
minor change.
Minor modification.
To the minor modification to the original order of conditions for 0 Willard Street, 199-1151, with the stipulation that as the agent requested to, what was it, extended to 2027, is that what it was?
Yeah, exactly, well, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything else that was part of, anything else? Okay.
Please state for the record the date of the letter and who it's from. Because that's what we're approving.
Okay, yeah, this is all per a letter from 0 Point Development, dated September 3rd, 2025, and signed, who's the name on the bottom of it?
It should be
The
Tom
Corbett,
Corbett.
the senior project manager
Thank you.
at that firm. So that is my motion, or, I'm sorry, I'll entertain that motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Nick. For a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Okay. How do you vote on that, Jordan?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
Nick?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Chuck?
Aye.
And Rich?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. Good. All right, moving on, nothing under enforcement. Meeting minutes, I was going over this with Jesse earlier in his office. He had not turned on the function to allow us to edit that, so we'll,
I didn't see it.
I forget that every time.
it's there now. So, just-
Okay.
yeah, so we'll just worry about those
Yeah,
minutes.
my apologies.
Yeah,
I only got that up today, so it's
And
not.
you can get the ones for 9/9 at the same, first review by the next meeting, that'd be good too.
Yeah.
And tonight's.
And
Thank you.
tonight's, yeah.
Let's get caught up. I'm tough.
You are tough. You're a taskmaster, as it were.
No complaints from,
All right. Moving on, under Commissioner comments, ordinance discussion. So for those interested, as we came across at the last hearing about Orchard Hill, we're going to do not a lengthy, but a little discussion about the fact that we are beholden to the State Wetlands Protection Act, and we do not have a local ordinance here at all. So that was one of the things I wanted to do when I first became chair, but I've already got a full-time job. So kind of fell by the wayside under its own weight. So Jordan, when you wanted to, I guess, remind us all what your situation is?
Yes. So I started working this fall on a Master's of Public Administration degree at Clark University. As part of my capstone project, I'm looking to learn more about what cities with similar demographics to Leominster have done for their degrees, their wetland ordinances, and see what we can do to adopt something similar here.
Wonderful. I know, as I've said many times before, I used to be on the Falmouth Conservation Commission. They had their own bylaw, which I thought was very, very, very helpful. And this Orchard Hill project is not the first time. We wish we had more local control over these projects. I downloaded a copy of the Falmouth regulations and bylaw and sent it to Jordan just for in case there's anything interesting in there for her. But if there are aspects, going back over your career as a conservation commissioner, if there are certain things that you wish we were able to do over and above what the DEP does, things that would give us more control. One of the things I tossed out just as an example was the Wetland Protection Act provides a 200-foot buffer from perennial streams, but not from intermittent ones. Do we want to have 200 feet from intermittent streams too? Because tonight, things like that. If there's anything along those lines, I would recommend that you send an email to Jordan. If you could CC Jesse and myself on that as well, just so we can see some of these what you're thinking. And while we're here, any thoughts while we're here?
I would love to see no construction at all within 50 feet of wetlands.
That can be discussed.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I think Falmouth had a certain no build.
50
I've seen
feet.
I've seen a lot of 25 no
Yeah.
build. Not saying you can't. That's just typically what I've seen.
Yeah, no, that's up for discussion. We'll be up for discussion. Yeah.
I think that canopy is underrated. More canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Falmouth bylaw, this wouldn't apply here, but I know part of the Falmouth bylaw was any projects under the commission's purview, they could not use clamshells and call it pervious. A crushed clamshell driveway was considered impervious. Things like that,
I would debate.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty.
but there are not too many clamshell driveways in this area. So.
With all of the debate that we have had on chicken coops and with us finally
Good one.
establishing a precedent, is that something that we may want to include?
I appreciate
I like
that.
that.
Yeah.
That's a good
I like
one.
that a lot.
Yep.
That was painful.
Jordan,
you
you'll
missed a
fill
good
us in.
one.
Somebody will
It's a
fill
good
you in the
6 or 8
chicken
months.
coops.
Okay, awesome. Looking forward to that.
My recommendation is cover what we want, but keep it short and simple.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Not as long as Falmouth's was.
Yeah.
Kind of like we did with the special order of conditions.
Sure, less is
I
more.
don't know if we can keep it that short, but that's
Right, no,
that's a
agreed,
lofty
but
goal.
not 10 pages
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
type thing.
Any other thoughts? Anybody?
You keep in mind, I believe city council has to approve this to make it an ordinance.
Correct. Yeah, this may go nowhere, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
hopefully it will if we sell it right.
Hopefully what?
It'll go well with the city council if we sell it right. But anyway, so I just want to toss it out to Jesse. Do you have anything you want to add about that?
I don't with that. I do want to ask, I don't know if anyone has had the chance to look. This was from a few meetings ago, but I did put up we were talking about the winter delineation policy. This is what I mean, we can look at it right now. People can look at it on their own too.
yeah.
It's not super long, but this is basically what I came up with.
I looked at it. I think I might have done a teeny edit, but I liked it very
you
much
little-
because you made a major change. Instead of saying that they wouldn't be allowed unless they had prior permission from us, it allows people to do it, and then we can say yay or nay.
Yeah.
Such as the February one that came up today, which we couldn't stop because the prior policy that got approved was never published.
Right.
So it never really existed in the real world, in effect.
And that this is essentially what it says in the, like we were talking about when this first came up, we were talking about DEP's delineation forms, and they have their whole 200+ page field delineation manual, and this is basically just meant to be consistent with what they ask of winter delineations and that.
So going forward, how do we make sure that the applicants know about this?
I think we just post it on the website and add it to the application checklist.
Okay.
That everyone is supposed to do.
Yeah, can you make mention of, just a social media post on Facebook or wherever happen to be, just saying?
Yeah, I can have someone put something up.
Yeah, that'd be good too. But we want to make sure to make this as widely known as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
So we wouldn't have applicants going, oh, I didn't know about that.
We can also make we're coming up on the winter period, so
Right.
I can, make sure that if people are asking for information on filings, then, I'll provide them with this.
Might not be a bad idea just with each applicant going forward. Say, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
we've got this policy, in person when they're here.
Yeah. Well, I'll shoot out an email tomorrow, and I'll throw this in there. I just want everyone to, I guess, give me yes, I'm fine with this. Yeah.
You can see how small my edits were.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really good with it. And I voted against the original,
Yeah.
but I would vote for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just flipped, or instead of automatically rejecting it, which I think
Right.
makes
That
more
was the
sense.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is a perfect compromise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that this exceeds, I'm not sure that, I think we already have the right to refute or deny delineations any time of year.
Well, this is just a policy, I mean.
No, but I think we have we already have
Well,
the right to refute or deny whenever it occurs.
No, I think
So-
the goal here is simply to make everybody aware that this is in place, and we will be using this as part of our review process going forward.
It's guidance, not an ordinance.
Right.
Right, I'm saying we already have.
You're saying it's redundant.
It's redundant. We have these rights whether they conduct a wetlands review in July or February.
Well, you might have been the second no vote a couple years ago,
Okay.
but you're here now.
But yeah, I mean, we already have these.
Okay.
We already have these rights.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, I think we're good to go with that one, Justin.
Cool.
Just, again, the trick now is just to make it as widely known as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I agree
Okay.
entirely.
All right. Oh, so anything else under, we're all set with the ordinances, yeah, so, again, going forward, if you have anything for Jordan to consider, again, just send her an email, just CC Jesse and me. That'd be good. Or you can CC the whole commission if you want.
Can I add something?
You may.
Can I add something to that? Often we'll approve construction in a buffer zone, and then the applicant will come back after a time and say, oh, well, I'd like to put up solar panels in the backyard, or I'd like to, and I need to cut some trees. And it ends up sort of chipping away at.
It's called scope creep.
Sure. It's a common problem. In fact, one of the ones on Wheeler Street, what was that place that we went to, Jesse? One of the ones that we approved off of Wheeler Street.
Yeah, 699.
By the power line.
Yeah.
As soon as it was built, the homeowner comes to us and said, well, those pines are really tall. I'm concerned they're going to fall on my house. Can I cut some of them? So I don't know if there's anything we can do about that, but that might be something that seems to be a recurring problem where.
Yeah.
I think that's just
Yeah,
something.
it's hard when developers build something in a buffer next to a resource area, and then they sell the house. They're not building it to live in themselves,
Yeah.
right? They're building it to
Sell.
make some money, cash out, and then it's not their problem anymore. And these people are buying property and not knowing, what the restrictions are on this house that they just spent, a lot of money on, moved into. So it's, I agree with you that it's difficult.
And then the issue is, we have to be diplomatic. We're not approving the initial plan. We have to be diplomatic with the existing condition once that house is then built. So.
That's a
I think
Good point,
more than
very good
anything,
point.
that's just a good thing to keep in mind when, like, if we were to see that project over on Willard Street come in right now, you might want to say to the developer, well, they have massive hazard trees in their backyard, they're
Yeah.
gonna want those gone, so let's figure that out now.
How tall are those
So-
trees? Which way are they leaning, right?
Instead of the developer being able to say, well, this is the limit of work, this is where we're stopping, and then someone moves in and they immediately have trees coming down in line with their home. I don't know, I agree with you, it's very difficult.
It's difficult, well, people can't think of everything in advance. They just can't.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's done intentionally.
Right.
Oh, it's a little bit at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
all right, cool.
Day of caring. Project.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk about
So
that, yes, please.
Friday, Day of Caring project, I'm going to ask Jesse to summarize it, what we did Friday and Mike did Saturday also.
Yeah, Mike's the MVP. We had a few volunteers show up.
3 of them.
We removed a bunch of vegetation from those huge dirt mounds, brought that to Jungle Road to get rid of it. Mike, the mastermind with his little tractor, removed a ton of that fill. He filled in an old dangerous well that any unsuspecting child or even adult, I guess, could have, or animal.
Or a moose, as I saw in the news, was recovered from an abandoned well.
Wow.
Saw that when I got home from doing this that day.
That's so funny. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Interesting.
Yeah, filled in the well with some of it. I think, I don't know if one of your friends ended up taking a little bit of the other fill. There's still
I
some
don't know,
left over
moved
there.
all the fill out of there, and Doug across the street is gonna take the remainder
Yeah,
for
that's
the
awesome.
backyard, so.
Oh, because I had asked Recreation Department if we could put it down in the location of the lower Elm Street entrance to Barrett Park. But you've already committed all the dirt?
No, I have, it's still, I
thought you left a mound there.
It's trailer loads
Of dirt?
of material.
Oh, you did, okay.
And then.
Soil.
Because it was just, I consolidated everything into one big pile, and it just was horrible. So I had a chance to get rid of it, wouldn't have to call DPW, so I knew some places that needed it, and it went. And then Doug across the street said he'd like some for his.
Okay, so I'll write to Recreation Department.
No, because you never know when someone is gonna come and actually do what they say they're gonna do. You know.
We just don't have as much as I thought we'd have. Because I thought we'd have over 2 of the mounds still left.
I thought that everybody would want it gone. If the opportunity presented itself, get it out of there. Because it was just taking 2 mounds and making one, and if it sat there for another 3 months, it was gonna be covered with vegetation again, so.
Yeah, no, didn't want that.
I agree.
Well, thank you, Mike.
I'm seeding it this week. It's gonna rain, so I'm gonna seed it. And,
Oh, I have seed to throw around.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I had some boughs, but I was gonna throw it down, so you got some.
Yeah, I got some.
We also hiked all the trails there, the volunteers and I, and did some brushing out and clearing of the trails.
Super. There was a walk there today as well. There's probably 10 or 11 cars there with Neil.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mostly just drank coffee and ate donuts. Parked at Mike while he was running around with the tractor.
You took a ride.
Yeah, I went for a little ride.
Somebody's got to drink coffee and eat
I was
donuts.
the foreman.
Is that why you got the clipboard?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a clipboard man right there.
And a neon vest and a white hard hat.
Super.
Go!
You're prepared. Well, Michael, on behalf of the commission and the entire city, thank you very much for your efforts. Your
I live off of that property and use it a lot, so.
No,
at least I can-
sincerely though.
wonderful. Thank you all.
You and Rich both did a wonderful
Yeah,
job.
we have Rich for his ongoing efforts, but Michael, a lot of people, even with more access to it, wouldn't have done that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I was at what was it, 178? Not the people who live directly to the left of the parking lot, but right after that, I was at their house yesterday because they're taking a few trees down. They wanted to talk to me, but they were remarking, they were like, "Oh wow, it looks so much better over there." And they were definitely, they live right next to it, so I think they were a little tired of the eyesore of those huge mounds.
The whole neighborhood was.
Yeah. they definitely really appreciated it, so. Yeah.
I'm glad it went well.
Excellent.
Outstanding. All right. Before I move on to the next meetings, anything else pressing, urgent? No? Okay. All right, and so the next meeting will be October, no, and a reminder, I will not be here for either one of these meetings. So sometime in the meantime, you need to figure out who's gonna do what here. But we've all been at all these hearings, so we don't have to like look at anything on TV. Everybody's, again, been at all these meetings, so. Next one will be October 20, next meeting will be October 14th, 2025. The filing deadline is this coming Friday, September 26th at noon. The meeting after that will be October 28th, 2025. The filing deadline will be October 10th at noon. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Rich. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Nick.
How do you vote on that, Mike?
Aye.
Nick?
Aye.
Chuck?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
And Jordan?
Aye.
All right, wonderful.
Thank you,
folks.
everyone. All right.
Oh,
I need 2 signatures from everyone.